parts of Colorado and the surrounding states are looking to secede from their states and form the 51st state in the United States. We're going to find out why they're doing that. But I love that, like, there's that old saying, you know, these colors don't run. Apparently you have to amend that to these colors don't run unless you require us to produce more renewable energy. That's not as catchy, it's not going to fit on a bumper sticker, but it's more appropriate in this case. And so as I alluded to, there are several reasons why they want to secede to form their 51st perfect libertarian and Randian state. But one of the main reasons is this requirement that was signed into law in Colorado recently that would require rural energy cooperatives to get 20% of their energy from renewable sources by 2020. Now, that might not actually even happen anyway. The current goal is 10%, but it's a possibility. And there's also some other reasons that they want to secede. So the organizers for this movement cite several failed bills to regulate the oil and gas industry that might have increased fines for violation of state law. So like, it's already against the law. This would just increase the fines. And they're saying, look, we're obviously going to break these laws, and so we don't want to pay those bigger fines. And so perhaps that's financially responsible of them. Also, let's see, there was another measure to address the fast increasing number of both wells and oil spills and contaminations in Colorado. Now, I haven't heard enough about that. I think that's partly the problem of the mainstream media, the fact that these environmental damage, like these stories, the spills and things like that, aren't being covered enough. But, you know, blonde girls get kidnapped, and so you only have so much time on air. But anyway, they also cite a couple of things like gun regulations and things like that. I think Colorado actually did have some substantive gun regulation after Sandy Hook. I believe clip size, but I could be wrong there. Don't cite me. But anyway, so those are some of the reasons they want to secede. Now, as I said, it's Colorado, but also some of the areas of Kansas and Nebraska that border are considering like 3 states become one. It's kind of like the Megazord or something like that. Now, of course, if they wanted to do this, it's not exactly very simple. It's not like just signing an online petition or something. The U.S. Constitution requires that secession of parts of any existing state be approved both by the voters and the legislature of that state. And that becomes a little bit complicated, especially when, if it involves parts of 3 states, you have to get the voters of 3 states and the legislatures of 3 states to approve it. And that's probably not going to happen. And this would not be an insubstantial state, by the way, or insignificant. One of the 10 counties that initiated the movement, Weld County, is larger than Delaware and Rhode Island. So this would not be the smallest state if it did happen. But look, especially because there's energy in these areas, Kansas, Colorado, Nebraska are not going to just let them walk away. That's not how it works. And anyway, so we understand that's not going to happen. They met just this last week to draw up borders, but I couldn't find those. They're a bunch of chuckleheads. Some people that attended the meeting are saying that, like, they're already cooling off and saying, oh wait, this is freaking insane. This isn't going to happen. While others say that they're still committed to it. To put it into perspective, you might not be surprised to find out that secession doesn't exactly happen every day. Last time it happened was 1863, West Virginia. That worked out really well for them. No offense, West Virginia. But anyway, so it's not going to happen. And what I love is that, like, they talk about like liberals being like, you're cowards. You just run away from conflict. But like, because some laws are being passed that might fine you for breaking laws and spilling oil all over the place, we're going to form our own state where we can have guns and oil spills. And how fucking awful would that state be? Where, like, the main impetus for creating it is we don't want to be regulated in how we throw oil all over the place. And we just want to have everybody toting around guns. It's just going to be on fire and shot up inside of the first few years. Who would want to live there? But anyway, don't worry. As I said, probably not going to happen in the first place.